Hello, this is Sharon. Welcome to another video. Today we are doing another story. Chapter 3 of Book 4 of the Clockwork Chronicles, The Final Obstacle. Yeah, so far, we're starting off in a peaceful note. If you haven't read the other two and listened to the other chapters, be sure to do so. They'll all be in a playlist, because that's what I always do. I leave a playlist. So yeah. So why don't we get started? And yeah. Here they are. Chapter 3. The Clockwork Chronicles. The Final Obstacle. Chapter 3. Sam woke up the next day to find himself in the guest room, which was empty due to the fact that Squishy was spending the nights in Stampy's bedroom for extra protection. Even though it was probably okay to have her sleep in the guest room again, the boy didn't seem to mind her decision to stay. I could never be so sure what or who might be lurking around, waiting to catch their friend alone. Stampy was far too vulnerable in his room alone. After the last few attacks in the bedroom, it was better to be safe than sorry. The boy climbed out of bed and stretched as he let himself fully wake up before walking to the chest, opening it so he could get the few supplies that he would need for the day. Sure, they were going to work on the inside of the building, but it probably wouldn't take very long. He wanted to be ready in case they were going to do some extra things today. He grabbed a few bottles of healing potions, a few bandages, and some tools, some food, before closing the chest, putting everything in its place. He knew he probably wouldn't need the potions or bandages today. He never could be so sure, especially when they hadn't heard from their enemies in a couple of months. Once he was done, he stood up and stepped away from the chest, glancing around the room to make sure he wasn't forgetting anything. But as he turned to exit the room, he noticed someone at the door as the figure knocked. "Can I come in?" a voice asked. The boy knew who it was right away. "Yeah, sure," the boy said as the door opened and Stampy walked into the room, quietly closing the door behind him as he turned to face the boy. "What are you doing out of your room so early?" the boy asked curiously. "I thought I'd spice things up," the cat mused with a smile. "Besides, I want to talk to you about something that I'm planning to do for Squishy later today, possibly into the night. But I need you and the helpers to help me." What would you like to help us?" the boy asked, raising a curious eyebrow as he said it. "Well, we were planning on playing a few minigames for the remainder of the day after finishing the inside of the building we were working on yesterday," Cass said softly. "After a few games, I could take William and Squishy with me on a casual walk around the town before looping back to the park, where you, Polly, and Fiddy could set up a seating area." Cat paused before continuing. "I want to make this special for all of us. It just seems like the perfect time to do it." "You'll be careful, though, right?" the boy asked slowly. "Of course we'll be careful," the cat assured him. "If there is something out of the ordinary, find somewhere safe to go." "You don't sound so sure," the boy mused. The cat sighed. "I hope things don't go wrong. And I'm sure they won't, but I don't know. I need you all to trust me and help me in case something does go wrong." "You know we will," the boy said with a nod. The cat managed to smile. "Thank you." The boy nodded as he looked around casually before asking, "So you left Squishy alone in your room? "I told her I would be right back," the cat said with a chuckle. "She's got Barnaby, though. She's not completely on her own." "So you haven't had your breakfast yet?" the boy mused. "Nope." The cat shook his head. "Come on. We need to start this day right. I just wanted you to know what we were doing, so you could plan accordingly." "You can count on us, Stampy," Sam replied as he followed his friend out the door and down the stairs, turning to the cat's bedroom. The boy followed his friend through the door into his bedroom and found Squishy quietly waiting for them with an expression of pure innocence on her face. "What were you two up to?" she asked curiously as the cat walked over to where The cake would always be. Always had a cake for breakfast. Tradition that never got old. Boy, it had been weird months ago when he'd first learned about it, but yeah, it was normal here in the lovely world. Nothing to be concerned about, Squishy, the cat said as he dove into the cake, enjoying each bite carefully and quickly. It didn't take him long to finish the delicacy and step back to look back at his friends. Ready to get this day started? Him if you are, the Ickling said matter-of-factly. Guessing the helpers are already waiting for us, the boy asked cautiously. The cat nodded. William is. I'm not sure if Biddy and Polly will show up late. Not sure if Biddy and Polly will show up later. Sent them off to do something for me. Really? The duckling asked, tilting her head towards him with suspicion. You'll see, the cat said with confidence as he trotted towards the doorway. You don't see what the face you're all expressions I'm doing, which is too bad. Barnaby following at his heels. It didn't take them long before they were out of the house and walking down the birch and spruce checkered path that led to the town. The boy watched as they passed the doghouse, pondering whether the cat had forgotten to go there, or just decided to take the dog that was already with him. Did it truly matter, though? He knew they would be fine either way. Besides, Barnaby deserved to be just as much as part of this adventure as all of them had. Sam followed his friends until they arrived at the building to find William waiting for them with an air of determination on his face. The boy noticed the cat give him a quick nod before they all entered inside, and the cat gave the generic details of what they should do and gave the materials. The boy got straight to work without needing to be told twice, knowing they would be done soon anyway. He couldn't help but wonder what really was going on between his two YouTuber friends. It wasn't like he hadn't seen this kind of thing before. He had seen it back with Debbie's sister and her friend had stayed over after their abduction by Mr. Hazeman. Nettie and Martin were very close. The connection that they shared was almost as close as if not closer than that of one she had between Stumpy. It was the same thing he saw between his two friends. A growing connection, a blossoming bond that would be beyond what he could possibly understand. He didn't mind it at all. It was harder and harder to miss hard not to miss after every day that went by. Sure enough, probably about an hour and a half, they were each finishing up what they had been working on, finally completing the building from the inside. The boy stepped back and looked around in amazement. The room had completely transformed. He couldn't believe just how much they had done within a short amount of time. It was impressive. I think this is about it for building today, the cat said cheerfully, a casual smile on his face. So, is it all right if William, Squishy, and I play some mini games while you do your thing? The boy got a cheeky wink from his friend after he said that. The boy nodded, knowing exactly what his friend was saying. Just behave yourselves and be careful. We will, the cat said, as he gestured for his friends to follow. Looking over his shoulder as he added, see you later tonight. What happens tonight? Squishy asked, glancing over at the boy before disappearing. The boy couldn't quite hear the cat's response. He waited for their footsteps to fade away, pretending to be cleaning the counter or something before walking out of the building, heading for the park. He knew William would do his best to help his friends, and it would be far easier since they wouldn't be using the teleporter, which had ended up separating them, though not by the malfunction of the device, but by what or who was waiting on the other side. The boy shuddered as he thought about that, hoping deep down that today would be just a normal day, without any trouble, just like it had been for the past 2 months. The boy walked down the path quietly, tracing his way towards the park, knowing that in just a few hours they would be having a party under the stars. He hoped No clouds, no danger, but he couldn't be so sure now since he had no idea where the men were or what they were up to. But he couldn't worry about that right now. He had to make sure his two friends had the best night possible. They deserved that after everything that had happened to all of them so far. Sure enough, as he rounded the corner, he could see the park up ahead. It was relatively large, perfect for the short, temporary Employee of the Month minigames that the cat always talked about doing from time to time. The boy was glad the space could be used for multiple purposes, that it hadn't been tainted by what so nearly did happen there 2 months ago. The boy shuddered as he pushed the thought out of his mind. Mr. A was nowhere near his friend now. In fact, he probably was off bothering some other YouTuber that the cause had to step up for. No matter what it was, the man wouldn't win. Sam was sure of that. If you guys are watching this and you're seeing your name pop up, that's a shout out. I'm not saying anything more. It's so annoying. I had it muted for an hour, but now an hour has passed and it's like, oh hey, this person said something. Wow. Okay. Hello. But he drew closer to the park. He had to stop himself for a moment as he blinked. The park had been completely transformed. There were streamers hanging on the trees, little banners of all sorts of colors on the walls. Emily! Oh no. Surrounding the park. In the center were tables being set up, about 6 or 7 in total. And to the boy's surprise, he noticed that all of the dogs had joined this little party. Even Mittens, the smaller cat, was part of this little charade, sitting across from Duncan at a table. Fiddy doing his best, improvising as a cheerful and peppy waiter. So the boy walked to the park, reading the elephant and reindeer as they were running up to him. Fiddy and that's not capitalized. Fiddy the elephant was in his usual attire of golden leggings and boots. He had a huge smile on his face, as if he were very proud of what he had done. Bally Reindeer looked cute in her pink and yellow floral scarf. That was about to change. Oh, handing the boys some items with a gesture to the tables. Oh, crying. I like the description, but things are about to change. You guys did all of this in 2 hours? The boy asked in amazement. The elephant and reindeer nodded eagerly as the boy looked around the area in disbelief. This looks incredible! The boy noticed their smiles turn into grins as he quickly got to work, putting down plates and utensils. Aye! In front of the seats. Everyone had someone at his seat with them, except for Flippy. A dog with a purple collar. The boy knew that her companion would be coming later tonight, when the time came, since Barnaby had gone to keep the cat company. Was Luna probably with somebody else? Oh. Once the boy was done, he looked around the area again, unable to help but notice Fortress Island. It was just across the ocean, not too far from the park. The island belonged to Hit-Target and his partner, Beaver Dash. It uneased him to see the dogs so close to the castle, sure if the villains would notice. Would they even try to steal the dogs without their knowledge? Surely that wouldn't happen. He'd make sure of that. You sure the park is the best place to be tonight? The boy asked curiously. Seems awfully suspicious for 2 infamous villains that just happened to live not too far from here. Polly shrugged at the boy's statement and pulled out a snowball nonchalantly, holding out to him so he could see. The boy nodded, understanding what she was trying to say. You're right, the boy nodded. But since we haven't heard from either the target or Mr. Ray, it never hurts to be a little wary. The helpers both nodded as if understanding the boy's concerns. As the boy, Sam readjusted some of the items on the tables carefully, making sure everything was as it should be. As the sun finally began to set, had they really been here for a few hours already? Or had he miscalculated the time? As he stepped back from the tables to take a look at everything again, he couldn't help but wonder what his friends were doing at that moment. Were they starting to head back now? What stories would they share? What games had they chosen to play? Would they be here soon? Or would something hold them back? He could never be so sure anymore, especially when it came to his friend. Stumpy was easily distracted at times. It wasn't necessarily a bad thing, but when there were 3 friends, plus 9 dogs as well as a smaller mittens waiting for him to arrive, the sooner he got here, the easier it would be for everyone. But as the minutes passed, the feeling of unease suddenly grew more and more. Sam was tempted to go out there and look for his friends, even though he didn't know where they were. Something didn't seem right about this for some reason. An hour had come and gone. The stars were just starting to appear in the sky. The boy heard a faint, but awfully familiar sound. "Do you guys hear that?" the boy asked quickly, straining to hear it better. He heard a few low growls from some of the dogs as his answer, not looking behind him to see what the other helpers were doing. The boy strained his ears even more, hearing it get steadily louder until he could just about see a faint outline of what appeared to be a black helicopter. He couldn't see the signature blue clock on his side, but it was safe to say it was the same copter. "Vizzy, Polly, I need you to stay here and keep an eye on the dogs," the boy told them sternly. "I need to check this out." He walked over to the edge of the park before he felt someone put a hand on his shoulder. He looked back to see a concerned Polly looking back at him. "It won't be long," the boy said. "But this is the first time we've seen anything. I need to check it out. You never know if they're..." The boy swallowed before adding, "I don't want to leave the dogs unprotected so close to the target's castle. Take them back to the doghouse if you have to. But I have to make sure Steppy and Squishy are okay." The reindeer nodded slowly, letting go of the boy's shoulder. She stepped back, pulling out a snowball so he could see it. The boy smiled. "Yeah, those will definitely come in handy." Before he could see her response, he turned and ran toward the copter, pulling out his sword in case the monster tried to get in his path to stop him. He had one goal in mind: to figure out what the copter was doing and why it was here. What if it had been sent to capture Stampy? He had to get there as fast as he could. He had no time to lose, especially if those men were getting close. He hoped he would be able to make it in time before it was too late. Could he be sure it wasn't already too late? Never hurt to try. His friends needed him, and he would do his part to make sure they were safe. That was why he was here. His job was to protect his friends from these men. But he couldn't do that, and he wasn't sure what he would be able to do. He wouldn't give up until the end, no matter what happened next. That was for certain. Anyway, I'm going to have to end that episode there. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like and comment down below any thoughts, questions, theories. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed already or hit the bell for an upcoming video, you might want to do that. Otherwise, you might miss the next one, and you don't want to do that because it gets pretty dramatic after this chapter. Whew. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a nice, awesome rest of your day. Goodbye.